What is a lay bet? Hey everyone, it's Mike. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is still going to be a basic or beginner's strategy, but we're going to talk about a lay bet. And I'm not sure if you can really say a lay bet is a beginner strategy. It's kind of something you might want to look at learning once you understand more than just the basics. But we're gonna go ahead and try to cover it a little bit. We're going to talk about what is a lay bet and why would we use a lay bet. So the first thing I'm going to say is, if you remember what a place bet is. So if I bring up a table and I place money on the 6 or the 8. Remember, you place in increments of 6 on the 6 and 8. You cap them. So if I put $5 on the 5, 6, and 8, I have to cap the 6 and the 8 by $1. And the reason you do that is because the payout is 7 for 6 on the 6 and 8. So if a 6 would come out, you would win $7. If an 8 would come out, you would win $7. Okay? The lay bet is kind of the opposite. Okay? So if you lay behind the 6, if you notice, the lay button is up here. I guess you could say it's above the 6, behind the 6. It pays 5 to 6. Okay, 5 for every 6. So if you put $6 here, let's get rid of these. So a $6 place bet will win 7. A $6 lay bet will win 5. You have to bet more to win less on the lay bet. And the reason for that is because you win your lay bets if a 7 comes before the number 6. And 7 is the most common or the most frequent rolled numbers over a large period of rolls. So you've got the odds, or you've got the advantage of a 7 coming before a 6. So the casinos are going to pay you less. So you win $5 for every $6 that you bet. So I bet $6, I can win 5 if the 7 comes out. Now, if that wasn't enough, you have to bet more to win less. You also have to pay a commission, or what they call a VIG, on lay bets. And it's usually about 5%. It might be 5%. So if we wanted to, just for giggles here, let's put in increments of 6, let's put $30 lay bet behind the 6. And let's see if we can roll a 7 before a 6 and see what that pays off. So we're just looking for a 7. Let's turn our bets on. There's a 9. Let's just get a 7 and see what we can do here. Okay, there's a 7. Let's look at this. So we had $30 behind the 6, and the lay bet pays $5 for every 6. So $30 divided by 6 would be 5. 5 times 5 is 25. But look, we only won $23.75. That's the VIG. Okay? So just remember that you bet more to win less, and you pay a commission. You pay a VIG. Okay? Let Crapsy calculate your actual payouts. If you're at the table, you're going to want to put increments of $6 when you lay the 6 and 8, and then your 5 and 9, you want it to be divisible by 3, and your 4 and 10, you want them to be an even number. Okay? So if we put $100 behind the 4 and something that's divisible by 3, let's say $30 behind the 5, that's divisible by 3, and $60 behind the 6. That's divisible by 6. Okay, let's see if we can roll another 7 and look at those payouts. There's a 2. There's a 4, so we have to replace that. There's an 8. Let's just get a 7 so we can see the payouts. And there's a 6. What do we have on there? 60? Let's put 60 back on there. Come on. We're looking for a 7. We can't get a 7. Well, we're going to do this for a while, it looks like. Let's go ahead and keep trying. There's an 8. A 9. A 6. Oh, I've run out of money. Look at that. There's a 9. So I guess you're just going to have to do the math. So just remember, if you don't have these memorized, it's kind of nice to have these on your phone if you're going to play lay bets. So let's go ahead and clear out another board. Let's talk about why you would play a lay bet. So obviously a lay bet is going to win when a 7 comes up before the number that you laid behind, that you're laying the bet behind. Okay, so for example, if you put $100 lay behind the 10, this will win if the 7 comes up. What's going to roll more frequently, a 7 or a 10? Go back and look at your charts. You'll see that the 7, over a period of time, the 7 will roll more than the 10. So you're at the advantage here. What would you win? You would win 1 for 2, or half. You'd win $50 minus a 5% VIG. Okay, so why would we do that? So the best example is if you're playing the pass line and you put $10 on the pass line and you're looking for a point, and the point becomes a 10, which is a number that probably won't hit before a 7 because you have to hit the 10 again in order to win the pass line. So let's say the number is the 10. What you could do then is you could put $20 behind the 10 and it pays 1 for 2, so it would pay $10 if a 7 comes up. So if the 10 comes up, you'd win your pass line. If the 7 comes up, you would win your lay bet of $10 minus your VIG. So you could hedge against the 7 coming out, or 7 rolling. So that's one example of why you want to do a lay bet. There's other strategies that use the lay bet, and I'm thinking of the 6, 7, 8 strategy. So if you think about the 3 most common numbers, the 3 most frequently rolled numbers would be the 6, the 7, and the 8. So if you waited until a point was established, so the puck goes to the 5, and you put $30, that's not on, let's turn this again. $30 on the 6, $30 on the 8. Now you want to win if the 6, the 7, or the 8 rolls, because those are the most common rolls. How do you win if a 7 comes? You win if a 7 rolls if you have a lay bet. And if I'm going to put a lay bet on, I want to put that lay bet on a number that doesn't roll very frequently. So if I want to win $30 on the 7, I would put $60 lay behind one of these numbers, and I'm going to lay behind the 10. You could lay behind the 4. They both pay 1 for 2, so this will win $30 minus your VIG. The 6 will win $30, and the 8 will win $30. So the 3 top rolling numbers, if you look at your charts, are 6, 7, and 8. It's actually 7 and then 6 and 8. Okay? So if I roll a 6, a 7, or an 8, I will win. If I roll a 10, I will lose. Okay? Now, if I roll a 7, not only do I lose the 6, I also lose the 8. So I would lose 60. So really, technically, we'd want to put 120 up here to break even minus the VIG. So there's a 12. There's a 3. There's a 2. Of course, nothing's going to roll when I want to show it. Okay, there's a 6. Okay. What's the place bet win on a 6? It wins 7 for 6. Okay. So 7 for 6. So 30 divided by 6 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. So it wins $35. And there's the 10. Okay, that's the number that you want to avoid. You're trying to avoid the 10 instead of the 7. Normally, over a long period of rolls, the 7 would roll more often than the 10. Well, in this case, the 10 came out before the 7, so we lost. So, as usual, no strategy is foolproof, but this strategy wins if a 6 rolls, a 7 rolls, or an 8 rolls. This strategy will win. It loses if you roll the 10, and it did roll the 10. So I'll just roll a few more times. Here's a 4, an 11, there's a 6, so 36. 36 divided by 6 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. There's a 2. Another 6. And there's the 7. Let's look at that. So we lost 36 and 30. We lost $66. Okay. So we put 120. So half of that would be 60 minus the VIG is 57. Okay. So you're still going to lose a little bit. You need to make sure that this lay bet will win when you win half of it and take the VIG out. Plus, I don't know why I put 36 out there. I was putting 30 everywhere else. But that explains a little bit about the strategies. So that's the lay bet. Just look at these ratios and either jot them down or get a copy of them, put them on your phone so that when you're at the table, you kind of know what they are. The dealers are going to probably take care of you with your betting. They may tell you if you try to put $10 lay bet behind the 6, they may say you want to bump it up to 12, or they'll tell you what the bet needs to be to make it an easy payout. On Crapsy, you can put whatever you want. It'll calculate it to the penny. Okay, so that's the lay bet. I'll probably put a couple different strategies out here that utilize a lay bet in the strategy to show you when you'd like to go ahead and use a lay bet in a strategy. Okay, and there's lots of them. I'll just kind of show a few, but that's the video for today. The beginner strategy on understanding what a lay bet is, what the VIG is, what are the payouts on the lay bet, when would you use them, why would you use them, and coming up, I'll show a couple videos of strategies that do use lay bets. Okay, so that's our video for today. It's Monday. Hope everyone's having a good day as usual. Thanks for watching.